Hello, Esther.
Edward.
Walk us through the performance of the various equities for this midweek trading session on the Ghana Stock Exchange.
Yes, it's midweek trading, and the composite index went up by 0.19 points, and also the financial stocks also went up by 0.34 points. But the year-to-date change is still in the negatives from the beginning of the year till now. If you invested on the stock market, you're having a return of negative 3.34% generally. But if it's in the financial stocks, you're having a return of negative 1.55%. For trading today, in terms of volume, I think this is the highest we've had for this week. It's 3.192,587, and it was valued at 725,353 Ghana cedis, and the market cap is still around 63.3 billion, and I think this is the second highest we've had for this week. And also in terms of equities that registered price changes, we have SIC, which gained a peswa. Yesterday it was SIC that gained a peswa, so today it has continued this positive trend and gaining another peswa. So it started trading at 0.11 pesos, and it's now at 0.12 pesos. And for equities that trade there today or exchange hands, we have Access Bank, 100 shares. We have Carl at 43,487. That's Pharma, just 5. EGH, 11 shares. ETI, 7,414. We have Fun Milk, 511. Gold, 1,930. MTN, 129,283. And SCB, Standard Chartered Bank, 9,010. And SIC, that's the equity that registered a price change for today, hoping 3 million shares. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Esther, for the analysis about the performance of the equities on the Ghana Stock Exchange today. We're going straight to talk to Dr. Joseph Abin, president of GUTA, to find out more from him about the benchmark values that has been brought down from 50% on imported goods to 30%. And then on vehicles, it's now 10%. Dr. Joseph Abin, you're welcome to Market Avenue. Hello? Hello? We'll come back, pick Dr. Joseph Abin for his reaction. Back to Market Avenue. I have with me in the studio Mr. Abraham Juma Odum, former MP for Etimokwa. Chufu Etimokwa.
They are two traditional areas.
Wonderful. And then the consultant to the Rice Farmers Association Nigeria. Great. You're welcome to the studio. Now we're talking about rice, which is your baby. Now, in the value chain, we as a country, we're looking forward to becoming rice sufficient in terms of production by 2024. What will be the role of me here as a city, as a consumer?
Let me once again say a good evening to your esteemed viewers and listeners as well. You know, in the Nigeria case, the consumer was very critical because at the end of the day, they will pull. I mean, they will buy. And if they are not ready, it means the millers cannot do anything. The farmers will also not do anything. So the consumer is very, very critical. And I believe that now that we are in this excitement about what has happened in Nigeria and everybody is talking about it, I think it's about time that we work on the consumer. And I say this because Kwame Nkrumah made a statement. There comes a moment in one's life, very difficult to discern, but fatal to let it slip. I think this is the moment. Everybody now is crying for, can we have a similar thing in Ghana here? Yes, it's doable. But then the consumer is very critical. If our mentality, if as a people, we are not ready to consume our own food, then how can the players, the private players, work towards it? So you, me, everybody, very critical. And this is about the time.
Now, it is said that taste acquired is difficult to dump or to let go. How do we change this mindset?
Oh, yes. You know, we used to have our local rice. When we were growing as kids, I mean, the local rice was very tasty. But then along the line, something has happened.
It's not because we're not getting access to other varieties, that's what we say was tasty.
No. I mean, it was tasty. And that was what we were used to. And the imports were not coming as we have now. And you know, mind you, rice now has become a staple food, whether we like it or not. It's a staple food. And in every home, breakfast, lapa, one of the rice will be there.
But I'm not cutting you. You know, I once went to Nigeria, and look, I must be sincere with you. I tasted, that was about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, rice was not as...
To you?
That's to me, yes, exactly.
But
yes.
then, for them, it's tasty, especially the one with coconut oil. They cook one with coconut oil, and they don't joke with it. They don't joke with their coconut oil rice. And you know, coconut oil is very good, very nutritious. Apart from that being nutritious, it helps the brain. So you realize that in Nigeria, most of the food that they eat, they are keeping it to their traditional foods. You go to their hotels, and virtually it's about Nigeria food, Nigeria food, Nigeria food. But here in Ghana, we have a bit of a problem that we have sort of gone away from our traditional food. And that is why, as part of what we did in Nigeria, we have to rearrange with the consumers to come back. And I believe that one of the best ways to do it is that as we are doing the school feeding, we should start a case. Let the kids begin to eat their own local rice so that when they grow, then they have no problem getting out of it. Because as a matter of fact, Ghana has to stop importation of rice.
But if the child goes to school and he eats local rice, he comes home and is given imported rice, how do we balance it to make sure that this agenda is achieved?
Okay, so that's why we are saying that the consumers, our mothers, especially our mothers who go to market to buy, I'm looking forward to the day that our mothers will go and say, we want local rice. Some millers are even contacting me that they want to use my name, Odum Brand. I'm looking forward the day that somebody will go to the market and say, oh, I want the Odum brand of rice. And I believe it's about time. If everybody is talking about, can we do it here? Let's do it here. Then this is about the time. That is why I gave that quote of Kwame Nkrumah. Moment in one's life. Very difficult to discern. And I think it is the time. And I believe that as we are talking to the consumers, then we might as well also talk to the other players, especially the businessmen, the importers. Because I remember I told you the other time, in Nigeria, I had to go to Lagos, meet that lady who is the
biggest importer.
president of the Importers Association. And she agreed. And now, currently, she's buying from the local millers. So we have to, as a country, have a conscious effort. Because you see, the COVID came with a lot of lessons. And one of the lessons is that if, for instance, Ghana had been on that lock for 5 months and no vessel was coming, no plane was coming, and we were to get our imports from, say, Vietnam, Thailand, and what have you, how were we going to survive? So for me, the greatest lesson that we should learn from the COVID, one of them is getting back to our food.
I don't know much about Nigeria. You said the president of the Importers Association,
Yeah.
that lady.
Yeah.
But in Ghana here, it seems to be the reverse, in the sense that the major players in the importation of rice are, in quote, foreigners.
Oh, okay.
Lebanese, Indians.
Yeah.
They are controlling the market here. So what do we do? Because in my mind, what they are looking forward to is their profit margins, not you as a country become rice sufficient.
Right.
Because perhaps the margins over there might be bigger than what we do here.
So what we are doing is the major players are meeting. The millers we have met, the peasant farmers we have met. I mean, the academia, like I said the other day, Academy of Arts and Science, Prof. Hans Edu was there. We met at Kufuor Foundation, where we are looking at gathering and mobilizing ourselves for a transformation, the rice transformation. The Church of Pentecost was represented. They are taking it upon themselves to do it big on a large scale. National Service Secretariat also want to do it on a very large scale. So, like you are saying, yes, we have our import in the hands of foreigners, but they are here. I mean, if our prices become very competitive, instead of sending his money to Vietnam to buy at, say, $500 per ton, if our millers will be able to give it to him about, say, 450, I mean, definitely economists will tell you that that person will be forced to look inward. So these are some of the things that we are going to do. We want to make sure, like I said, quality rice at competitive price. Once we are able to do that, since they are here, and most of them have spent their lives here, call them Lebanese or Indians, they are here. So definitely they will have no option but to fall in line. And of course, we'll be using our advocacy as well, talk to government. For instance, government can come out with a policy that all institutions, state institutions, the secondary schools, the hospitals, the prisons, everybody must buy made in Ghana rice. And definitely these importers. Of course, now I know that they are doing some partial local purchase and importing, which the Ministry of Agriculture is handling. And this is one of the areas, if our local producers are ready and are getting us the right quantities and the right quality, and the prices are also competitive, definitely we would overcome that challenge.
Yeah, overcome that challenge, but the issue of, you mentioned quality rice. Now, you go to the market, you won't have acquired taste for local rice, but sometimes the quality. How do we ensure that farmers who are in as business people, who don't have capital to import the needed equipment, maybe the combined harvesters, are given that opportunity to be able to acquire these equipment, or be it a lease or a cooperative kind of thing, to make sure that they get all this equipment and do the quality work, so that when I go to the market, I'm going to buy rice that When you put in your mouth, there are stones in it.
I know Kufo Foundation, for instance, through GRIP, have done a lot of work on quality to the extent that we have, the standards. We have standards for the paddy, standards for the, the polished rice. So that area, we don't have any problem. We have the standards. Once the standards are there, then means the millers would have to work towards those standards. So as for standards and the quality, they are there already. So this is what we, as we are coming on board, going to use to give us indication as to how we move on the ladder.
The Nigerian example about bringing on board the consumers, how long did it take for the consumers to shift perhaps their loyalty from imported rice to that of local rice?
I would say right from the word go, when we started the project, everywhere we went, we were talking to the consumers. Every meeting that we held, we make sure that consumers were there. And the consumers, we look at them from different angles. Those who were cooking wache, those who were cooking ordinary rice, and then people who are from household. We're bringing them all together. And of course, we're using the media and then the print house to also do the advertisement. Definitely, consumers, you need to do adverts. And then the private sector will also have to make sure, like you said, that they are producing their right to meet the taste of the consumers. Because, for instance, if you're a mailer, you're a wholesaler, you can do your market survey, your research, know the type of rice people want. Those who are do wache and what the other mutue, they will want the broken rice and that kind of thing. So all these things are things that we are going to, as part of our mobilization and preparing to, take over the rice, transformation. We'll be handling those aspects so that private people will have to come in. In fact, if we use the private people, we have a safe bet because, they are driven by profit. Once they are able to get their profit, then they will be handling that aspect for us.
So finally, how soon are we going to do a full blast of this campaign to make sure that Ghanaians shift or drift towards the consumption of local rice?
Today, for instance, our team that met, our technical team, our lady who is handling it, we've gotten our concept paper. It has been mailed to us. We're going to work on it, then send it back. Then maybe in a couple of days, we are going to meet again. Then we'll get our concept paper. What we are doing this time, the academia is there, the scientists, they are there, everything, everybody is there, so that we make sure that at the end of the day, everybody is carried on. So that when we start, the farmers are ready. We will need to do what we call the reorganization and the reorientation. What we are saying is that farmers need to be reorganized, regroup. And once they are regrouped and they are made vibrant, made into vibrant cooperatives, like you said, and then the millers, the same thing, and the input dealers are the same thing. And then we have all having the same understanding about what we want to do. I remember I told you the other time in Nigeria, one of the challenges was that the input dealers were selling wrong and fake products to the farmers. All these are some of the issues that culminate into poor quality and that kind of thing. All these things, we are going to handle them. Once we handle them, then the sky will be the limit.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Mr. Abraham Wodu, for your time in the studio.
Yeah. So,
great to have you.
Once again, let me appeal to your viewers that we are ready. So they should also be ready. And I think the most patriotic thing that they can do is begin to eat, make in Ghana rice.
Thank you very much. So, eat made in Ghana rice. That's a clarion call. My name is Edward Nyakun. God willing, we'll come your way again tomorrow. Shalom.